every month we do a spotlight for an organisation with a serious message or information for young people. And this month it is... Do you want to bring them on?
Yes.
Hi guys, happy first birthday.
Oh, Alistair, thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you so much for joining us.
That's okay, my pleasure to be here.
So, you're Alistair. What's your surname, Alistair?
Smith, nice, simple one.
There we are, perfect. And you are from an organisation called Fearless?
That is correct, it is indeed.
Wonderful. We've met before. I think you've done some training for our service, and we thought that the work that you do supporting and helping young people around the UK, not just Wales, was a wonderful thing. So we've been waiting for you to come on for a while, and you've agreed to come on out this evening on our birthday show. So thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about Fearless and what you try to do with young people?
What we do, okay, so I think start at the beginning. So for Fearless is just over 11 years old. We've been in existence for 11 years. Our parent company is Crime Stoppers. A lot of people get mixed up because we've got Crime Stoppers as a parent company. They think, oh, we're the police and things like that. We're absolutely nothing to do with the police. We are a charity organisation, and as a brand, Fearless, what we do is we go into schools, youth clubs, anywhere where young people get together, and we talk about issues that they could potentially be facing, some of their friends could be facing, or anything like that. We try to take a non-judgmental approach to what we do when we engage with young people, and I think our main aim is about educating and empowering young people so that they can make informed decisions about crime. It's not for us to turn around and say, hey guys, you mustn't do this, you mustn't do that. But what we will do, we will come and talk about the consequences of what happens if you become involved in crime. That's one of the things we do. One of the other things that we also do is we offer a unique service where we offer a safe platform that young people can report crimes 100% anonymous, so that nobody will ever know it is them. And, you know, we get that there's this idea about snitching and grassing and sort of things like that. But what we try to say is think of it about, it's not snitching or grassing, it's about keeping people safe. Everybody has a loved one, a pet that they couldn't live without and things like that. And what we try to say is if you know somebody that has some information that could stop that person or pet or whatever being hurt, I bet you'd love them to pass that information on. And it's about offering a safe place for people to do that so that nobody knows who's passed on that information. So it is quite important, you know.
Yeah, it's a really good service.
Yeah, very.
Alistair, I know we were speaking about something that's in the media quite a lot recently about knife crime, and you do quite a lot of work with young people around that issue in particular. I don't know. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Right, well, knife crime, I don't know if you can see the little flyer I've got there.
I've got it.
Speak out against knife crime. We do workshops around lots of topics, and there are 3 different topics that we cover at the moment. So there's knife crime, drugs, and exploitation. So the workshops are about just trying to give some information about the issues surrounding knife crime, and we look at trying to sort of bust some of the myths that surround it as well. You know, sort of because people sort of say, "I'm only going to carry a knife for protection. I'm never going to use it. It's just so that I'll be safer with it." However, I've seen the consequences of people that do just that, and at some point it goes wrong, and that's what we try to avoid happening. You know, somebody says, "Oh, I'm never going to use it," they get into that confrontation and they start to get really scared about it, and they panic, they pull the knife out, and you've got a whole totally different situation going on there. Apart from they've got all, you know, the natural chemicals coursing through their body, they're scared and all this stuff. Quite often what kicks in now is, oh, I've got a safe face now. I got the knife out.
Yeah, it's kind of the fight or flight mechanism.
Yeah, so it's just trying to make people realize the consequences. If you carry a knife, somebody's going to get hurt. And it's about trying to get that message about, if you haven't got a knife on you, you can't use it on somebody else, and it can't get taken off you and used on you. And that's the important thing.
Which is a real clear message, isn't it, to anybody, not just young people. You just don't carry a knife. You can't stab anybody. You can't be stabbed with your knife. It's as simple as that. just going back, because I think some young people may carry it in what they deem as self-defense, Alistair. Would you say it's quite a high percentage of people who are involved in knife crime, as in being stabbed and stabbing, had the attitude of I'm only carrying it for protection?
Oh, good question, that. We're looking at percentages. I think only about 1% of people carry knives. And you're looking at what you hear is going on with different areas, different parts of the countries about incidents involving knives and things like that. Some of the stuff that you tend to hear in the media is, some of it is targeted, it's gang rivalry and sort of things like that. But people that carry knives, I haven't got the figures for what it is, but it isn't.
Just try to check that one on anyway.
No, that's fine. It isn't uncommon for people that carry it for their own protection to have it used on themselves. It isn't uncommon at all. And even if it doesn't get used on them, they use it on somebody else. It's the fallout from the whole issue, on both sides of the fence, if you like. You've got the person that's stabbed another person, maybe that person has died, so then you've got a potential person who's going to be looked at manslaughter or murder, so you've got all the issues with their family and their community. Then you've got the victim, you've got that victim's family. It could be somebody's child, could be somebody's parent, could be somebody's brother, and you've got the whole community as well. How safe do then people feel in that community? So it has a much bigger impact than some people. They just don't. It just doesn't occur to them, And that is not just young people, because statistically looking at it, the majority of knife offences are committed by people 18 plus.
Right.
Not
all right.
18 plus. So even though we look at things in the media and we see what the news is broadcasting, it does give a little bit of a false image. So when you look at the ONS, Office of National Statistics, look at the number of knife offences throughout the UK and so on, it clearly shows that the percentage of the higher proportion is 18 plus. And as an average guide, say under 18s committed 1,000 knife offences, you're looking at over 18s committed nearly 4,000.
Yeah.
So the perspective sometimes is a little bit skewed.
Yeah.
But it's going on,
Yeah. So in terms of, Alistair, in terms of young people being able to, how do they report? Have you got that information? Like, is it a phone number they can report? Is it the Crime Stoppers number for the anonymous reporting? Or
so depending on each person, some people feel comfortable phoning up and they'd rather talk that way. So I would say go to Crime Stoppers, and you should be able to see the number behind me by there. So you're looking at this number 0800 555 111. Or if you don't feel confident in actually speaking to somebody, you can either go to the Crime Stoppers website and use the online reporting form there, or you could go to fearless.org, which is the youth brand website. It's a much simpler form. There are not so many drop-down boxes, and it's a lot quicker to fill in, and you can pass on information that way. And it is 100% anonymous. Guarantee it's 100%. If somebody logs on to the website and fills in a form, we can't track the IP address of that person, and that is important. It doesn't exist for us. So no matter what somebody says to us, somebody could demand that information. It's fine. You could demand as much as you want. It doesn't exist. You can't have it. So it's important that anonymity is guaranteed.
Yeah,
since Fearless has been going since 2010, never revealed the identity of anybody that's passed us on the information. And exactly the same can be said for Crime Stoppers, and that's going back to 1988. And it's important.
It's very important.
Yeah, I think that's really
So
good.
if any young people watching this want more information about knife crime, or they can get in touch with fearless.org. That's the website, Alistair.
Definitely fearless.org.
Yeah, or Crime Stoppers then is the number there if they want any give any information, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, definitely. And it's important. It's about going out there and being fearless against things like knife crime and so on.
Yeah. And Alistair, some people may be watching this and thinking, oh, but they might recognise you. But I mean, you guys go around schools and stuff like that as well?
I travel all over South Wales.
Yeah.
So, today I was up in Halo Leisure Centre in Bridgend, doing a meet and greet. People were coming in, just having a chat with them. Over the week, I've been to various different schools throughout the South Wales area, and this year, even though COVID has been in place, like I say, I've spoken to literally hundreds of young people about the issues that they could potentially face.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as COVID restrictions ease up again, I'd be able to speak to more people about it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. We'd love to have you in some of our youth provision again, Alistair. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Alistair, thank you very, very much for joining us. We'll post the information below, and we'll make sure the young people know that. And just one added thing, like whatever organisation come on, if you're concerned about anything to do with crime or you've got some information, you don't know how to use or forget the website or whatever, speak to your YEPS worker and we can support you. We can support you with any of those issues as well, okay? And we can support you to do that. Alistair, absolute gentleman. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
That's my pleasure. No, don't get too messy with the custard later on. I got a feeling something's happening.
Don't know. I'm not going to
Yeah.
Thanks, Alistair.
Right. Okay. Guys. Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
Another brilliant youth organisation.
Oh yeah, another amazing one. We genuinely really blessed in Wales, and with all these organisations.
Yeah, 100%.